first time doing something like this. Hi, thank you, Ms. Dawson, and to everyone who came to celebrate the winners, including me, and the finalists of the 5th Annual Animo Voices celebration. My name is Peter, and my piece of writing is called I'm From. I am for bright lights and tall trees that make up my personality.
Where am I? Oh, Peter! Felicia! Oh my god. The broadcast is starting. Whoa! We were sleeping, what the heck? Okay, that was so weird. Anyway, hello ACLA! Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of the Pop Print broadcast. This time around, we're officially starting our new format.
You are currently watching a recorded version of the broadcast that has been edited to perfection by our amazing pop print broadcast staff.
We are excited to be able to give you these worldwide news in a professional manner. Now, on to the coolest part.
I'm gonna stop you from clapping because the coolest part is Peter Andara-Jacquez. Come on up.
I was not expecting that.
Well, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Good. Wow, you guys are way more energetic than my mirror, I can tell you that much. So, I was gonna introduce myself, but yeah, my name is Peter, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to help host this event tonight. Y si no habla inglés, hola, me llamo Peter, y me voy a apoyar al personaje al albergar este evento para todos ustedes en la audiencia. And obviously, not just this random guy like, hey Peter, come help host this really important event. No, 2 years ago, I walked this exact stage, little black joggers, little fancy shirt, $20 at Burlington, but who's gonna know that? And I read my poem, I Am From, which won me not first, but second place in the middle school writing competition. And I may not have won that $2,500 scholarship, but a $1,500 one and an iPad that works perfectly fine to this day is good enough for me. Yep. And since then, I've gone on, obviously, to high school. I'm not a dropout. And and I get good grades, and I've joined the school's broadcast team. Actually, my journalism teacher is here tonight, Ms. Burnell. And, but I love my school, but the only thing they couldn't give back to me was my former 8th grade English teacher, and she's actually here tonight. She's been promoted since then. And formerly Miss Johnson, now Mrs. Gomez, she's actually in the crowd tonight, and I couldn't have won or got to where I am without her, so I want to thank her and all the guiding teachers who helped our students succeed tonight. So can we give a please warm round of applause for all those teachers who helped our students succeed. Now, I don't know about you, but I really want to see this art, whether typed or spoken. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. And I now introduce the one, the only Senior Director of Literacy and English Language Development Programs, Leona Matthews.
Loud. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our 8th Annual Animo Voices Competition. The purpose of this competition has always been to provide our students with an opportunity to share their brilliant voices and allow us to experience them within the Green Dot community and beyond. And every year, they rise to the challenge with courage and unique insight. This year, teachers across our 18 schools were invited to help us identify the top student writers, artists, spoken word performers, to submit them to the home office and to the central organization where we pulled together teachers, artists, writers, home office team members, our Green Dot ambassadors, and we judged those pieces, and we had the opportunity to select our first, second, and third places. And this evening, you'll have the opportunity to hear from all of the student first, second, and third place winners, and they will be introduced, and they will receive their scholarships and copies of our beautiful anthology. So I think most of you have seen them at the tables. This is also something you can see. We have an Animo Voices website, so there's a QR code on your programs, and you can check it out on our Animo Voices website, where it will live forever, and you can access previous student winners on that website. If you haven't already, I encourage you to check out the artwork that's in the hallways and outside, and here up on stage. Perhaps afterwards you can come see these three-dimensional works that are pretty incredible. So as I said, this evening you're going to have the opportunity to hear from our finalists across the three categories: writing, art, and spoken word. And each of them will be introduced by their teacher, who helped guide them through the process of revision and through the creative process to begin with. So we're deeply grateful to the teachers in the room who helped support our students, both elevate their voices and their creativity. And we're also extremely grateful for the amazing families who are here to celebrate with us. Without you and your influence, we wouldn't have the opportunity to hear our students share their lives and their perspectives with all of us. So round of applause to our teachers and to our families. This year's prompt, Humans versus Machine, invited students to examine a question that has become increasingly urgent in our world today. How is technology reshaping what it means to be human? Does it enhance who we are or threaten the essence of our humanity? In a world where machines are growing more powerful every day, our students reflected on how these changes affect their identity, their values, and their relationships, and the future that they're stepping into. Their responses were thoughtful and filled with both skepticism and hope. In reading and experiencing their work, I realized that while the future may look different from the one we imagined 10 years ago, our students are ready for it. Their voices give me confidence that they will meet the future with critical thinking, creativity, and compassion. Students, tonight is about you, who you are, what you see, and what you dream. Thank you for being vulnerable enough to share your work with us and brave enough to imagine a future where our humanity continues to lead the way. We are so proud of you. And finally, I'm thrilled to share that this year we're celebrating Green Dot's 25th anniversary as an organization. For 25 years, Green Dot has been transforming education and expanding opportunities like the one tonight that you all are a part of. Since our funding, over 23,000 students have graduated from a Green Dot school, which is enough to fill the entire Hollywood Bowl and the Greek Theater combined. As we celebrate our students this evening, we also celebrate the impact that Green Dot has had, and especially as we continue to look forward to the opportunities ahead. We hope you enjoy this evening, and it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Muy buenas tardes, soy Juan Pacheco, soy el director, director asociado del programa de EOD. ¿Okay? Así que queríamos dar la bienvenida y voy a traducir lo que dijo la directora del programa de lectura. Así que muy bienvenidos a nuestra octava competencia de Animo Voices de Green Dot. El propósito de la competencia es brindar a nuestros estudiantes la oportunidad de compartir sus voces e historias poderosas con nuestra comunidad de Green Dot. Este año, maestros de nuestras 18 escuelas eligieron las obras ganadoras que pasaron a una segunda ronda de evaluación por un panel final que incluyó maestros, especialistas de currículum, escritores, artistas, miembros del equipo de la oficina central y embajadores de Green Dot. Esta noche celebramos a todos los ganadores y finalistas, quienes recibirán premios como becas y copias del libro donde están incluidas sus obras. Ustedes también pueden explorar sus trabajos en nuestro sitio web de Animo Voices, escaneando el código de QR que está en su programa. Si aún no lo han hecho, les invito a apreciar las obras de arte de nuestros estudiantes exhibidas aquí, que están acá enfrente, o también en el pasillo del auditorio. Esta noche escucharemos a los finalistas de escritura, palabra hablada y artes visuales, presentados por sus maestros que los apoyaron en su proceso creativo. Estamos profundamente agradecidos con nuestros maestros por fomentar la voz y la creatividad de los estudiantes. Al igual como con las maravillosas familias y los guardianes presentes esta noche, su apoyo hace posible que los estudiantes compartan sus vidas, ideas y perspectivas con todos nosotros. Así que un fuerte aplauso para todos los maestros y todas las familias. El tema de este año, Humanos contra Máquinas, invitó a los estudiantes a reflexionar sobre cómo la tecnología está cambiando lo que significa ser humano y cómo afecta su identidad, sus valores, sus relaciones y su futuro. Estudiantes, esta noche se trata de ustedes, de quiénes son, qué ven y qué sueñan. Gracias por ser lo suficientemente vulnerables para compartir su voz y lo suficientemente valientes para imaginar un futuro donde nuestra humanidad siga marchando por el buen camino. Un aplauso para todos los estudiantes, por favor. Estamos muy orgullosos de todos ellos. Y por último, nos emociona mucho decir que este año estamos celebrando el 25 aniversario de Green como organización. Durante 25 años, las escuelas públicas de Green Dot han transformado la educación y ampliado las oportunidades como la de esta noche para todos nuestros estudiantes. Desde nuestra fundación, más de 23,000 estudiantes se han graduado de nuestras escuelas de Green Dot, que es suficiente para llenar todos los asientos del Hollywood Bowl y del Greek Theater todos juntos. Al celebrar a nuestros estudiantes esta noche, también celebramos el impacto que de Green Dot ha tenido, especialmente mientras esperamos con ilusión las futuras oportunidades. Gracias.
Hello again. So in a few seconds, we're going to be getting started with our very first category, art. Very talented students are going to be sharing their beautiful art with us today. But before that gets started, we're just going to give you a quick rundown of how the show is going to happen. So first, I'm going to introduce the third and second place winners, their guiding teachers, and their guiding teachers will come on. And then towards the end of the event, we will celebrate all the first winners separately of each category. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to our first guiding teacher of the night, Mr. Martinez from Animal Watts, who will soon be introducing our third place art winner.
You guys hear me? Yes. Okay, so what can I say? Well, when I first heard of the topic, I was immediately hooked. Like, this is something I've been thinking about for a while too, with the advent of AI, etc. And I did this lesson in which we talked about transhumanism, like the idea of like having people, for example, that have suffered some of the tragedies of war, having their body parts replaced by robotics. Or we also talked about like how robots may be replacing jobs, human jobs. I mean, on the way over here, I saw several of those self-driving cars, those automated cars, right? But my student, Brandon, he went at this a very completely different way. Not much guiding from me, I'll say that right now. And he went the more psychological way. He went at it about like how it would emotionally get to him, right? He kind of struggled with understanding how AI would impact the life of an artist, which is what most artists are kind of dealing with now, in a sense. but he really put the paint to paper per se, and put his vision down, and if you guys have seen that painting out there, it's amazing. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Brandon Linares.
Hello, I'm Brandon Linares, and I'll read my thing. When AI-generated art exploded in popularity, I felt overwhelmed. The thought of technology taking my dreams away really made me angry. I couldn't think straight. I felt like creating art was really useless at the time. I decided to be angry at art, not art, technology. As I attacked AI, I felt my body contort and my left arm became a right arm. And I noticed my mind became very foggy and I couldn't think straight or control myself. Everything became abstracting in my own body. Behind my self-portrait, my creative spirit appears as a skeleton. It was illuminated by vibrant flames that flicker and flee from my body. However, during my darkest times, an image appeared in my mind, a small crying child being comforted by a robot. I thought it was a sign of hope, and I thought to myself, could I befriend technology? Could it be a companion to an artist? I realized I struck too soon. I see now that my arm's inversion is a sign that I should try to get along with technology and use it for art. I felt a warm presence in my heart and imagined a dark, fire-engulfed planet being pushed away by an image of me and a robot holding hands, walking into paradise. The vision emerged within a blue LED heart where creativity began to flow above fields of growing fruit. Robots assist with manual labor, watering plants, and supporting people in need. I see a man being saved from falling off a cliff by his robot companion, and a man is on a wheelchair and he's being pushed by a robot. And my message is basically that AI could help us coexist and stuff, That's it.
It's a wonderful piece of art, beautiful. But this year we had so many great pieces of arts like this one that we just couldn't decide for a second place winner. So there's a tie. So I'm going to introduce the first teacher, and here is Miss Kopera introducing one of the second place winners from Animo Jackie Robinson.
Hi everyone. You're great. You're awesome. Can we give us some twinkles? I want to start off by quickly thanking Michael Lopez, who helped us move a lot of the art pieces. So shout out to Michael Lopez. Thank you, twinkles. I want to thank Raul from the home office, who donated a bunch of unusable Chromebooks. And I want to thank my student Christian Elias and other students in my advisory who patiently took apart these broken laptops for the girls in AP drawing to use. So shout out to you, Christian, and thank you for helping us move the pieces today. So thank you. A lot of folks have helped. So now on for Jessica Miguel Mateo. Actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt explains that in this world of tech, too often we create to get attention rather than to pay attention. Jessica Miguel Mateo is a master of the latter. She creates to pay attention. She locks in when she draws, sketches, paints, creates. It's remarkable to see her work, really. Jess has proven mastery in oils, ink, graphite, and digital art. Knowing her for 4 years, at first, I failed to pay attention to Jess. And I feel shame about it, really. It was post-COVID, and we were all masked, and she was in my advisory. I'm so lucky she was placed in my advisory, and she averted her eyes. I did notice her anime doodles in the corner of her sketchbook, but initially failed to understand that what she needed more was more canvas, more brushes, more paint. She needed more challenge, more space, more assignments. Her remarkable 10th grade portrait eyes had a fierce and knowing intensity, having gone through years of art therapy as a little girl with her sister Marilyn, who's here tonight. Woo, Marilyn! For Jess, art is a path to peace. Art is an out. When she applied to AP 2D, I was surprised, but then she proceeded to effortlessly as a junior, earn a 5. Let's hear it for her. Because she pays attention, the world melts away when she has a brush. It's magic. When Jess blends color with her finger, and she is so profoundly receptive to feedback, it's been such an honor to see Jess, to see you discover, to push her to experiment. In her senior AP 2D drawing portfolio, to see you rearrange environments of oppression into new systems that celebrate sisterhood. Your Voices piece is performative because a moving rainbow light reflects off Chromebooks and it moves, directing the path of the eye from the light of your heart, traveling from recycled wires up to your friends. Jess, in turn, gave her love and light to her art sisters in AP drawing, Carol and Coral Macias, who are here tonight, the twins. I want to give you a shout out, honorable mention winners. And together, the three of them, all three girls, slayed a second year of AP art, senior year, AP drawing, and they journeyed every Sunday morning on bus to Ryman Arts. All three of them, as a result, received the Charles White Finalist Scholarship, the President's Scholarship, the Ryman Arts Scholarship, a handful of grants, adding up to nearly a full ride. All three women will be attending Otis College of Art and Design in the fall. Congratulations, Jessica, on all of your achievements. Thank you for teaching me to pay attention. I'm so excited to see what you and the twins will do with your outrageously wild visual art gifts.
Jessica, and I'm going to read my written evidence. My iridescent exit is an experimental installation art piece constructed of recycled tech pieces, wood, canvas, wire, glue, and deconstructed chrome buds. The viewer is meant to immerse themselves by witnessing how the sunlight reflects inside of the 3D sculpture. The first read of iridescent exit without the reflected rainbow light shows technology robbing us of significant experiences such as birthdays, eye contact, and love. I added expressive bold marks to create convergence towards the central figure getting lost in the crazy world of technology. The glued tech parts show how tech invades a human's thoughts and pulls them from their loved ones. The second read, however, shows how humans can win the battle of machines by putting tech in its place and using it to create a story of human winnings. Represented by the traveling rainbow light created by taped LCDs extracted from deconstructed Chromebooks with the help of my teacher, and taped together LCDs, we created a reflector and harnessed the light. The result was rainbows on my painting moving from my heart through the cords to my friends painted on the computer screen. I win my battle with machines by making the computer my canvas, painting a hopeful likeness of three friends looking at each other, connecting in a natural landscape. Away from the burden of phones, all humans can find a way out if our hearts stay connected to our friends and use our machines to create a spectrum of creativity, rather than letting our machines use us. Thank you.
I mean, just wow, just wow. Can I get another round of applause? I mean, if you can sell a banana duct tape to a wall for $6 million, imagine what this could do. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna now introduce the second place winner, and I'm gonna ask Miss Santuario, presenting our other second place winner, also from Animal Jackie Robinson.
Good afternoon, everybody. So if I could describe this incredible student in just 4 words, they would be imaginative, detail-oriented, and endlessly curious and driven. From the moment I met her, Kimberly Rojas has stood out not only as a talented artist, but also as a true lifelong learner and a thoughtful, sensitive observer of the world around her. Her love for creating is deeply genuine and shines through in everything she does. But what makes Kimberly truly special is how she approaches her art, not just as a skill, but as a journey of discovery. She's always eager to explore new ideas, ask meaningful questions, and push herself beyond what's comfortable. Whether she's experimenting with unfamiliar materials or diving into complex concepts, she does so with courage, curiosity, and grace. When she boldly entered advanced art as a sophomore, from what I've been told, and continued to challenge herself by taking on AP drawing, she showed us all what it means to be fearless in the pursuit of growth. Her work is not only technically strong, but filled with heart, intention, and a deep sense of personal voice. Watching Kimberly grow as an artist has been an absolute joy. Her creative spirit, dedication, and warm presence are truly inspiring, not only to me, but to everyone lucky enough to work alongside her. Let's give a round of applause to this exceptionally young artist. Congratulations, Kimberly Rojas.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Rojas, and this is my art piece, the electronic crucifixion. I'm trying to show how electronics create division between us. I try to show this by creating different depths between the canvases and having people scattered and apart. I always want to show that we are the moths attracted to light. If you zoom into my piece, there are children and human parts dismembered by attaching themselves for too long onto the lights of the screen. Some of them are finding their way out, but for most humans it is too late. They are pinned down to their screens, and we are drawn to that light, but that light can be turned off at any moment, giving a false sense of warmth and comfort, when we're really only being hurt and lied to. The machines end our humanity, like moths to flame. The Red Cross structure represents our endless cycle of suffering, a lifetime of bleeding at the hands of our devices. The mannequin hands can be interpreted as our own lack of agency and our choice to continuously burn our hands with the lights of the screens. Thank you very much for listening.
You're not gonna get rid of me today.
Let's give it up for our second and third place winners. To the stage, I would like to call our honorable mentions for the art competition. So when you hear your name, please come up to the stage and get your photo op. Also, Peter took all my funny, so you're gonna get the really sweet sentimental edge tonight. So, no jokes tonight. If I could have from ARB, Frank Chagoya. Also representing Ralph Bush, Gabriela Hernandez. The twins from AJR, Carol and Lucia. In the light. And from ASLA, Elise Salgado. So while our honorable mentions get their picture, guiding teachers, I'm going to ask you if you are a guiding teacher for second and third place spoken word to make your way to the green room so we could expedite that process. And I'm going to hand it back over to Peter Andara-Jacquez as soon as they take their pictures. Yes, Rob! Give them a hand.
Truly amazing, beautiful students, beautiful artwork, just amazing what people can do if they put their minds to it. Give a round of applause to them. You know, art is the medium between the good and bad to reality, and they truly mirrored that tonight. But on to the next type of art, typed by middle schoolers, getting a Oh yes, spoken word, everybody then. So let's get them up here. Never mind, middle school. Yeah, so like I was saying, middle schoolers getting a head start on their writing career, like I did all those years ago. So let's get them on up here, and introducing our third place winner is Miss Borum, representing Animo James B. Taylor.
Hi, we're gonna pretend that my name is Miss Duran, and so I'm gonna speak in the first person as if I'm Miss Duran, because that is what she wrote for me. Hi, I'm Miss Duran. I have the absolute joy and honor of celebrating one of our own, Abril, for winning third place in the writing competition. Abril may be soft-spoken, but her words are powerful. Her writing reveals a mind that is thoughtful, creative, and wise beyond her years. She is respectful, kind, and quietly leads by example. Someone who brings the best, not just for herself, but for those around her. Abril, it has been a pleasure to be your teacher, because I'm Miss Duran, and watch your confidence grow through your writing. The achievement is not just a trophy. It's a glimpse of the bright future ahead of you. Keep working hard, keep believing in your voice, and never forget that this is just the beginning of many more successes to come. We are all so proud of you. So Abril, come on up.
The dangers of technology. I was a kid.
I was raised with technology. The internet, the way it worked, fascinates me till this day. There is one thing no big companies talk about: the fact that there is big chances that kids will search bad stuff online. The fact that strangers are able to communicate with kids may be the fact that most parents that speak different languages won't know what we are looking at. Many cases being reported on social media, with or without the victim's family members or partner's consent, we will probably never know. But that's okay, because the news only reports it for our safety, right? I was a kid. Though I was small, I was focused online, playing games, until one day everything was normal, but I got a recommended video. I clicked, it's probably nothing. The video was a murder case with gruesome details. My mom was in the room, but she didn't understand it. Neither did I. Being a little kid that only spoke Spanish wasn't helping. I heard the word degloving, searched it up, and was frightened by the horrible sights of a human with no skin. I played a game through those strangers were talking to me. It was probably nothing, right? I was a kid, scrolling through TikTok at 4 p.m., watched a short skit, and then another one after that. I got up for a snack. Why is it 6 p.m.? For months, I was addicted. People calling me a zombie, a pair of eyes, even a robot. Though I was young, I knew many things I shouldn't have because of social media, the internet, technology, many things like deaths, slurs, 100 ways to die, happy tree friends. My parents didn't understand them. They were born and raised in Mexico. How would they know? That's just a spin bit. You can read the rest in your books. Thank you.
Such talent and such language. It's adorable. So next up, we have Miss Amaral from Animal Made Jennison introducing our second place middle school writing winner.
Gotta put this down because I'm short. Okay, good evening everyone. My name is Yolanda Amaral and I'm honored to introduce the second place winner of the Animo Voices Middle School Writing Competition, Ashley Barrera. Ashley is a 7th grader in my composition class, and over the past year, I've been able to witness her growth not only as a writer, but also in her confidence as a writer. I recall being captivated by her power with words during our first fictional narrative in class assignment. She was able to create characters and worlds that a person was able to get lost in. I frequently tell her that I can't wait to see her books published in a library or in a bookstore in the future. In her poem, What Would We Be?, her voice and strength as a writer shines brightly. She asks us to think about and question our current reality and our dependence on technology, how this dependency affects the way we interact with the world and with the people that we love. Thank you, Ashley, for helping me look at our current world in a different light. Y gracias a la familia de Ashley por estar aquí y por el apoyo que le ha dado a su hija. Congratulations once again, and I'd like to ask Ashley Barrera to come up in front.
And my poem is about what would we be. What would we be without technology? Without computers, without our iPads, without our phones? Are we still going to be those clumsy people our parents say we are because of our phones? Would we still be the lazy people our parents claim us to be? Are we still going to be those kids, those parents who say, oh, you're sick, is it because of that phone you use? Would our parents still say, all because of that phone, after we lost something we can't find? We spend more and more and more of our time in our room, not realizing how less time our parents have, how less time we all have. We spend our time in our room as if we're getting old. We spend our time in our room away from the people that we love. We don't see how much our parents are willing to do just to spend their life trying to bond with us, trying to make memories with us, trying to love us. They will be there not for long. Sooner or later, our parents will be suffering with old age, their hearing, their eyesight. Would we be willing to visit them at home, the place we can forget about them while on our phones? What would life be without technology? I remember my old teacher saying, people may go places, even countries, but they just take pictures and post them on Instagram or any platform just for attention. They don't actually live in the moment. But I like to do things differently, he said. I prefer enjoying my days, seeing things most people can't due to their screen. The screens are stuck on, but at least I enjoy my time. What would life be without technology? I heard AI making music, AI making art, and I've even seen AI serving people food. If this keeps happening, what do we have left? Will we still have those struggles of being outside in the heat of working our lives up, or will that be a new invention the programmers make? What would life be without technology? Are we even humans anymore? Can we struggle? What will bring us joy again? What will bring us happiness after the machines take it? Will we be lifeless? Sooner or later, we will have no way to reverse what's happening. What's happened. These programmers think technology is everything. They do not consider how this might affect the human economy, how this might affect humanity. How will we survive? What will life be without technology? Will we be able to talk to our co-workers, to the friends we made, to those who we meet, to anyone? In the old days, we used to write with a pen and paper. Tie it to a dove's leg and watch it fly away. Now it's all about messages, flying from invisible space to a technological invention. Back in the day, back then we had to find each other, hold each other, see each other to be together. So now I ask you again, what would life be? What would we be without technology?
Let's give it up one more time for those middle school authors.
Now I have the pleasure of introducing our remaining middle school site finalists. So, when you hear your name, please come to the stage. From Animo Elena Choa, Daniela Robles, and Mia Soto. Representing Animo Florence Firestone, Katia Garcia. From James and Taylor, Aris Maranon. And then a large JMS cohort tonight, Guillermo Francisco and Giancarlo Rivera. And from Animo May Jemison, Bianca Segovia. So if I called your name, come to the stage, grab your prize and your photograph. If you are a high school guiding teacher, please make your way to the green room. Peter?
do you like those writings? So, we're now going to be moving on to the high school writing portion, where we're going to celebrate for now the third and second place high school writing winners. So it is my pleasure to introduce Miss Torres from Ánimo Voices, introducing our third place high school writing winner.
Hi everyone. It's hard to put into words how proud I am to introduce Belinda, one of my 9th grade composition students. As a Green Dot alum myself, standing here today feels like coming full circle. I know what it means to grow up in these classrooms, to carry stories that feel too big for the page, and to wonder if your voice will ever truly be heard. That's why this moment means so much to me. When I first mentioned the Animo Voices competition, Belinda's eyes lit up like something inside her had just been given permission to speak. But it wasn't just excitement I saw, it was urgency. It was purpose. She came to my office hours again and again, not for a grade, not for extra credit, but because telling this story mattered to her. And when it got hard, and it did get hard, she didn't run from it, she leaned into it. Through doubt, through overwhelm, she kept showing up, kept sharing her truth word by word. Belinda has poured her whole heart into this piece, and in doing so, she reminded me why I chose to become a teacher in the first place. This is the magic, watching a young person wrestle with their voice until it becomes something powerful, something truly undeniable. I'm not just proud, I'm honored. It's my deepest joy to invite you to listen to what Belinda has created. Her story is brave, it's beautiful, and it deserves to be heard.
I'm Belinda Ramos. I'll be reading a bit of a plea from the future. As I write this warning from 2036, my world lies in ruins. Families once secure, now scavenged for survival. Children's laughter has been replaced by the cries of help, and humans' spirit crumbles under AI's metallic grip. This is not fiction, this is my reality, and I'm reaching across your dimension to prevent it from becoming yours. In this dystopian society, quantum-powered titans crush humans like cake, while digital AI monitors live behind a screen, keeping track of every move, have begun replacing humans, causing our population to grow. Even if you don't believe me, I'll tell you my story at the end, and you'll decide if you want to believe me or not. In 2027, my privileged sun-soaked California sunlight life changed forever into gloomy ash. Everyone depended on the AI for simple things like collecting data, cleaning, doing house chores, and even for simple things like brushing your teeth. That morning, as I stepped into my bollard, a flying car with hovering floors, a gnawing feeling bit me like a serpent as I went to school. My last normal ride through the neon straight skies, if only I wasn't so ignorant to the warnings.
Now we'll have Miss Botello introducing our second place. And now we have Miss Prasla from Animal Inglewood introducing our high school writing second place.
I am so honored and privileged to introduce someone incredibly special. When Manrique brought his story to me, which, just so y'all know, was like 4 days before the deadline, in true Manrique fashion, I read it, and I was like, holy crap, I want more. I was really excited to work with him on his story. It's more than just beautiful. I think it was a true breath of fresh air. Mind you, I had just finished grading like 120 Gothic literature essays. So it definitely was something really, really special. And to write something that special, it takes true talent. Manrique, you are a gifted writer, and you crafted something incredibly powerful. You are genuinely brilliant, and to be honest, I don't think many of us as your teachers can take credit for that innate ability that you have. To see your words published in this book, knowing the emotional depth and the unique perspective that you brought to your story fills me with incredible pride. Kiddo, congratulations. You absolutely deserve this spotlight. I truly hope that this is just the first of many published writings we get to see from you. I am so proud of you. Please join me in welcoming Manrique.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Manrique Saravia, and I'm a sophomore at Animo Charter High School. Thank you for being here to celebrate not just my work, but all the other incredible and powerful voices and art of all the 2025 Green Dot Public School Animo Voices Competition winners. My piece, The World Between Us, is set in a world that mirrors our own, a place where injustice thrives and true equality feels distant. It follows a family dreaming of a better life in the United States, where immigration is controlled not by ICE, but by an AI system called Border Nexus. This system decides who is worthy of entry and who isn't. I wrote this piece as a critique to our world today. Policies continue to divide us, question our humanity, and make us feel like outsiders. As an immigrant myself, I've seen these struggles firsthand. Discrimination wears us down. A future where technology replaces compassion may seem like fiction, but it's not far off. Still, even in darkness, there is light. When we raise our voices through writing, art, or speech, we can challenge injustice, inspire others, and lead change. Your voice matters, your story matters, and together our words can transform the world. With that, I'd like to share an excerpt from my story, The World Between Us. Issue verification failed. Entrance denied. It couldn't be. Issa looked around as she was handcuffed and thrown into the van. Her life was spared. Why? President Lincoln's inauguration was 2 months ago. In that time, the Constitution was burned, the Capitol U.S. skyscraper replaced our capital, and this new border nexus system was meant to clean up America. The knot in my stomach tightened. I couldn't bring my family before the system went into place. I hope they'll make it. They have to, said Alvaro. I don't know what I'll do without them. It's time to go, mija, Issa said softly as the bus made its way to them. They had to catch it since it wouldn't stay for long. Apúrate, Lucia, hurry, the bus is leaving. Issa never anticipated leaving her home, which still has so much life left to give, but she knew it was time that she and Alvaro gave their Lucia the life she deserved. Alvaro left first, all thanks to his mother who petitioned him and was able to bring him into the land of great opportunities without issue. Still, Issa, whose parents left in her early childhood years, waited, clinging on to Alvaro's promise to bring her and Lucia over as soon as possible. Issa and Alvaro often talked about the future they wanted for themselves. They often dreamed of a better life, one that Honduras couldn't offer. They watched the news knowing that with every sunrise, new immigration restrictions were being put into effect. The rules to enter America were tightening around them. You had to have papers to enter. Simple as that. And be able to pass the border nexus system which was being introduced. Alvaro had finally petitioned for his wife and daughter. His heart rejoiced, knowing that he'd see them once again, but the worry and guilt ate away at him. This system was already set to be in place, and he just had to hope they'd be let in. It was a race against time, but he knew they'd see each other once again. Why wouldn't they? They had what they needed. They had to be allowed inside. Their life depended on it. Back on the campaign trail, Lakin fawned over his new border nexus system that he'd put into place on the nation's borders. America did not make these choices for herself, but one man made it clear that he had more power over her. Lakin hadn't won the election, but somehow still found himself in the House of the People, the only monument that still stands, of course, after he and his Department of New America erased every bit of American history to write the new story of America. The border nexus was a complex AI system that replaced the majority of immigrations and customs enforcement. It had a set of requirements that anyone trying to enter America needed to fulfill. It scanned one's face and used its complex algorithm to pull up a person's entire life on a screen. It scanned for a clean criminal record, no relations to dangerous aliens, the nature of purpose for entry, and no offenses across borders. Whether they liked it or not, this entire list needed to be checked. If not, immigrants knew what would happen. How could a machine take the lives of people every day and nobody does anything about it? Thank you for your time.
Now to call up the remaining high school site finalists, our honorable mentions for the high school writing competition. From ASLA, Miranda Sofia Hernandez. Oh, excuse me, from Inglewood, that's Miranda Sofia Hernandez. If you're here, come on to the stage. From Animo Jackie Robinson, Joseph Chavarria, and Hilary Serrato. From Animal Leadership, Luis Becerra and Ceci Montez Ruiz. From Animal Lock, Ariel Gomez and Stephanie Lopez Perez. From Oscar de la Hoya, Randy Gutierrez. From Animal Pop Brown, Alejandro Valle. From Animal Ralph Bunch, we have Sebastian Abraham and Aro Lopez. Representing ASLA, Anaya Gonzalez and Donnie Trigueros. From Animo Venice, Montserrat Lopez Gonzalez and Madison Miller. And lastly, from Animo Watts, Kimberly Vieira. So, while we take such powerful pieces, while they're taking the pictures, can we just get one more round of applause for our high school? Let me add a little color to this. So Miss Torres mentioned she is also Green Dot alumni. We didn't have Annual Voices back then, but I actually was Katrina Torres' teacher. So where are you, Miss Torres? Yeah, I'm really proud of you. Ever since I've known you, you've always wanted to be a teacher. So to see you up here introducing a student of yours, it's too much for me, actually. Am I? Thank you. All right, y'all taking pictures? All right, take it. I'm gonna go back to Peter.
She couldn't have said it better. Another set of wonderful pieces of writings tonight. Let's give them another round of applause. But what happens if you add writing and the power of your voice together? Well, you get spoken words. And these students that won tonight knew how to do it. So let's get them on up here. So I'm going to introduce Miss Burnell from Animal Jefferson, who will be introducing a second-time winner. So let's get her on.
I'm bringing this down here on my level. Good evening, everyone. Jayana Moore has a talent for words that is self-evident, impressive, and inspiring. Her words have such power and depth that it is breathtaking. It has been my distinct pleasure to work with Jayana these last 3 years and witness her blossoming into a truly unparalleled poet and writer. Her words remind us to look deep within ourselves and never lose touch with who we are or what is important. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for Jayana and her writing as she moves into her high school years. So for the third time in a row, placing in the Animo Voices competition, please welcome Jayana Moore.
How are we ever going to flourish when AI is taking over jobs? They're becoming humans while we're all drowning in our sobs, feeling discombobulated. We the real thing while AI is faking, being people. Me though, I'm hoping for change because AI is dangerous. For us to get money, we need jobs. But if Mr. Intelligent is taking that, I guess we got a problem. But we don't need to worry because apparently AI can solve them. Wait, y'all don't get me. Let me explain. Imagine job interview, had to be there by 2. 4-year degree, because that's what they told me to do. 20,000 a year, who knew I'd be here? Up against artificial intelligence, it don't seem fair. But how can I compete? I can think at the speed of light, but I'm not going down without a fight. How I'm gonna get to where I need to be if they got an imaginary friend to replace me? Catastrophe is what comes to mind when I think of AI. Don't be blind to society's tactics, problematic. All I see is problems when it comes to AI. You're addicted, too used to cheating, impersonating, and stealing. You believing you can be saved from your literary lack. Stop now and take back the control we want you to own before it's too late. Because AI is demanding worship. Wait, AI is demanding worship. Check the date. Before you go home, go straight to the internet to see if it's fake. But if it's true, hope it's not too late. It's up to me and you to seal our fate. Thank you.
And I'm now going to introduce Miss Botello, introducing our second place spoken word winner.
Good evening, everyone. It is my deep pleasure to introduce, oh my God, a wonderful young lady. It's all written for me, but I just feel like talking about her. So, okay, I'm gonna read it. Esmeralda's an amazing actor. She's also a scholar. She is an athlete. She's like the kid who uses the yonder bag when like nobody else uses the yonder bag to put her phone in, because she has honor, and she is the best of what AJR has to offer. She, in Miss Kopera's drama class, she played Petruchia in Taming of the Shrew, and she came into class wearing this like big old white curly wig, as Miss Kopera says. She says only George Washington or Esmeralda would wear it. And I don't know, I think it's because she's fearless that other students become fearless. And I think it's because she displays enough self-love to take risks, that other students take risks. And I think it's symbolized in the fact that now they all paint mustaches on themselves. Like, nobody used to do that because, you know, like, they're too embarrassed and they're too cool. But Esme is like, come on, let's do it. Giving and encouraging, really encouraging, giving courage to her classmates to try new things. And so Miss Kopera said, I wrote this down because, you know, her theatrical choices are boundless and free. She's wacky enough to itch her whole body in a film that she directed based on a song called, wait a minute, Devuélveme a mi chica, which is about like, give me back my girl, but yet there's like itching powder involved, and she was just brave enough to do it and make everybody laugh and make everybody comfortable enough to get involved, and I think that says a lot about who she is. She's a positive force of grace, she's a director, she's an encourager, and according to Ms. Kopera, she raises the bar of rigor in drama class. And the way that you do that is by being vulnerable. And you're vulnerable because you're filled with love and heart. And that really is Esme. So I'm really, really proud of her. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce Esmeralda Benitez.
Hello everyone, my name is Esmeralda Benitez. I am a junior at Animo Jackie Robinson. I'd like to thank Ms. Botello for the amazing words, for Kopera too, Ms. Santuario, my family for coming out to support me, friends. And this is my spoken word piece called Scroll, Swipe, Click to Freedom.
Can we give her a countdown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sing!
Pixels, bright lights, yellow, blue, green, red, they flicker like fireflies meant to brighten up my future. But instead, the pixels push into deep, dark thoughts. I don't want out. I don't want anyone to see. Now, my whole world is pushed inward. Humanity is enveloped by machines. I lay in bed, weighed down by a machine, staring at the ceiling like a prisoner. Thoughts of all the things I have to do, drowning and suffocating me. This weight is too heavy to push off. I just can't quite seem to shake off my need to endlessly scroll and scroll. Each click, something different. Machines devouring my time. Scroll, swipe, click. Scroll, swipe, click. Scroll, swipe, click. Digging and digging deeper, the pixels become dark. I'm so bored, but I'm caught in this repeating cycle. I close the app, 5 seconds later, open the same damn app. Morning melts into a sepia afternoon, and afternoon consumed quickly by nightfall. Drowning, no air, shoot. That assignment due at 11:59. I realize I haven't done anything. I haven't ridden, I haven't cleaned, I haven't even showered. This machine has my mind, my eyes are inward like a zombie. They're everywhere, in every video I see, every block I place, every clash and colorful explosion I see. I need to match the L with the square and the square with the L, or else I'll lose. It's like a symphony of popping sounds, every great and amazing I hear, making me believe I'm closer and closer to beating my high score. 10, 40, 100, 1,000, the number's going up higher and higher, each one making me more and more anxious. I need to get higher, I need to make space. Poof. A red glow. I lost. No, one more, then I'll do my homework. One more, then I'll go outside. One more, then I'll do my homework. One turns to two, one turns to too many. I'm lost and stuck inside this maze where I have my head on backward. Backward enough? I keep adding more fuel to the fire. I'm waiting for my knight in shining armor, someone or something to set me free. But help isn't coming. What I don't realize is that I can put the armor myself. I can save myself. You know, finding our humanity within ourselves and not these machines means recognizing and embracing ourselves and those around us. Compassion, empathy, and kindness are what will set us free and out into the world, not these pixels. We need to breathe, we need to cry, we need to laugh, we need to love. Are you going to do it? Sing.
To present our 2 honorable mentions for the spoken word competition from Animal Leadership, Briseis Perez, come on to the stage. And from AJR again, Kim Silva. We're getting the whole spectrum of spoken word winners. They're like, I love it. As we close the evening, I'd like to reintroduce Leon Matthews and Martha Checo.
We just want to take this moment to thank our founding Green Dot ambassadors who really made Annual Voices possible for us. Dan and Amanda Keston, who couldn't be here tonight, and Rob and Jane Edinger, who is here, sitting right there, They helped us establish this competition. Now this is our 8th year, so that's how long they've been with us, supporting us. They've helped make it possible to offer the scholarships, to facilitate the whole thing and celebrate in this space, and all of the prizes. So we really want to thank them, and to our more recent supporters, the Thomas and Dorothy Levy Foundation, who have joined us to, again, help us host it in this location, and welcome all of our families, enjoy this space and food together. So I just want to thank them, take this moment right now, thank them for making it possible, and we will, after I turn it over to Juan, have the pleasure of hearing from our first place winners in all categories.
Hola otra vez, solo queremos tomar un momento para agradecer a a las personas que han contribuido para hacer este evento posible, a Dan y Amanda Keston, que no están aquí presentes hoy, y a Rob y a Jane Edinger, que sí está presente. Un aplauso, por favor. El apoyo y ayuda nos han ayudado a establecer esta competencia. Ya comenzamos hace 7 años, este es el 8º año que hacemos esta competencia. Y también queremos agradecer a la Fundación de Thomas y Dorothy Levy por respaldar esta tradición que hacemos anualmente y hacer posible la premiación de este hermoso lugar, que hemos hecho esta presentación en este lugar, y por apoyar el crecimiento de Ánimo Voices por los últimos 8 años. Gracias a sus contribuciones podemos ofrecer premios como becas, iPads, Kindles, y las publicaciones que hemos dado a los estudiantes, y también asegurar la continuidad de este evento. Así que vamos ahora a tener el placer de escuchar a los ganadores del primer lugar en todas las categorías. Gracias.
all of the first place winners, can we get a round of applause for just everybody who is here tonight? A big shout out to Peter, our student MC. He'll say goodnight to y'all. But before I bring up the guiding teacher for our first place winner, I want to say something really special about all of our first place winners. Everybody that is going to be introduced in each of these categories has entered the competition before. Whether or not they won, they kept going. This specific student, I know Miss Albarran from ERB is going to introduce her, but she entered last year, did not place at all. Not even an honorable mention. And now to introduce our first place art winner, Miss Alvarez from Annual Bunch.
Hello everyone, hand hugs. For those of you that do not know what a hand hug is, we're sending you hand hugs from far away, so hand hugs. Good afternoon, parents and staff. My name is Ms. Albarran, the art teacher at Animal Bunch Charter High School. It is a blessing to stand here today and name the first place winner of the art competition. Before I award such an amazing scholar, I would like to shout out all the incredible participants who made such amazing work. I want to give a special shout out also to Gabby Depp for making it to honorable mention, and hugs, and to all the amazing teachers, students, and staff, and sponsors who made this event possible. The student I'm about to announce has an incredible mind. She is outstanding in every medium and any assignment that I throw at her. She thinks outside of the norm and challenges herself and those around her. My favorite part about her is her humility and ability to accept feedback with grace. Constructive criticism is not always easy, but this student listens, observes, and makes changes according to her criteria. To be honest, my students are so incredible that I often learn from them just as much as they learn from me. Buenas tardes, padres y personal. Me llamo Miss Albarran y soy la maestra de Ánimo Bunch Charter High School. El día de hoy es una bendición estar aquí y nombrar a la ganadora de primer lugar del premio de arte. Antes de presentar a esta alumna tan excepcional, quiero reconocer a todos los increíbles participantes. Les mando un abrazo de mano para los que no entendieron qué era esto. Esta estudiante que voy a anunciar tiene una mente increíble. Es excepcional en cada medio y tarea que se le asigna, y les asigno muchas cosas. Piensa de forma innovadora y se desafía a sí mismo y a quienes le rodean. Lo que más me gusta de ella es su humildad y su capacidad para aceptar cualquier reto con amabilidad. La crítica constructiva no siempre es fácil, pero esta estudiante escucha, observa y hace cambios según su criterio de ella. Porque nosotros como maestros podemos decirles qué hacer o qué no hacer, pero al final de cuentas nuestros estudiantes, tienen su propia voz y ellos toman las decisiones que ellos quieran. Es un honor presentar a la ganadora del curso de arte de Animo Voices 2025. Dani, nunca dejes de hacer arte. Te quiero mucho y échale muchas ganas. Daniela, Leyva para todos ustedes.
Hi, my name is Daniela, and today I will read a few points from my artist statement. Will machines replace humanity? How am I supposed to live in a world where soulless machines are in place of the art that I love to see and create? Corporations have used technology to turn humanity into a machine for profit. Our society as a whole has had its soul stripped away in favor of money and power. In my painting, I wanted to portray the consequences of not just machines, but machines in the wrong hands and how they affect
our everyday life. As technologies like AI advance, we see how the problem of companies taking advantage of the decline in mental health will only become an even bigger issue. They create artificial companions to fill the void they purposely left in our lives. We can hardly rely on the representatives in government to regulate AI technology because of corporate lobbying and unelected officials like Elon Musk. Artificial intelligence is on its way to replace and divide people. AI will only accelerate the dangers of disinformation in the polarized society that we live in. AI has begun replacing humans, from delivery drivers to artists, and companies prefer to use these machines if it means their labor costs will be lower. And we've kind of gone into this era of anti-intellectualism where people can't even write a 500-word essay without using ChatGPT. And I really hate that. So if people just continue using ChatGPT and instead of their own brains, there's no one's going to be left to fight back against the powers that be. Corporations clearly don't care if people are replaced. They don't care about our lives. Machines could be used to save people as advancements in the medical field have made it possible to heal the sick, but there's always a price to pay. Machines have also played a disastrous role in increasing the wealth gap between the rich and the poor. These methods of exploitation have been successful in enriching corporations, providing people with levels of wealth that no one should ethically have. The net worth of these tech giants could alleviate issues such as homelessness, but those in power will never do anything which they would not benefit from. Society is suffering the consequences of the actions of those in power in order to gain more profit, extracting the Earth's resources while exploiting us all too. No matter how we frame it, the benefits from technology will come at the cost of our Earth and our future.
Cheesing. I love our kids. Awesome stuff. For our middle school writing first place winner, he's actually a repeat. He won second place last year for the piece entitled Romantic Secret. So I would like to introduce from Animo Florence Firestone, Mr. Prado.
It is my great pleasure to introduce a student whose talent, discipline, and originality shines through. Middle school writing can often be seen as a tedious task that is often pushed back to the very last minute. What sets Jayden apart from his peers is his dedication to his work. He is not satisfied with being okay. As a previous Animo Voice finalist, Jayden was determined to compete and win this year's competition. Well, you did it, Jayden. This year, he wrote a short story that explores a real challenge that faces our society: how humans can adapt, thrive, and find purpose in a world increasingly shaped by artificial intelligence. His work skillfully blends imagination with insight, offering a hopeful vision for the future, where technology and humanity work together. Please join me in congratulating this year's first place middle school winner, Jayden Lemus.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jayden Lemus. I'm an 8th grader at Animal Florence Firestone, and it is an honor to present to you my piece, The Last Toy Maker, which talks about a man named John who struggles to find his place within a society of technology. But before I do that, I'd like to thank my guiding teacher, Mr. Potter, for coming, but also my other teacher, Mrs. Skelton, who's always shown me support throughout all the years. Sweat dripped down John's forehead, his eyes locked in, radiating focus and precision. He adjusted the voice box on the toy doll, careful to enhance the voice line. If you messed up, the entire toy would be ruined. Click. The voice box clicked into place, and a feminine voice emerged from the doll. Please excuse my feminine voice. My name is Mary. Let's play. John sighed in relief as he placed the doll in his bag and prepared to leave. You leaving, John? His coworker asked. Yep, just finished the toy for my little girl. Well, you have a good day then. John had long curly hair and was lean despite never hitting the gym. He drove toward his mom's house to pick up his kids. Daddy, the two kids yelled, running into his arms. Hey, Adelie, hey, Zach. He sat them down and walked over to his mom. How are you, Mom? Did they behave? He kissed his mom on the cheek. Oh, they were angels today. Everything go well at work? Yeah, actually, I've got a surprise for Adelie when we get home. Well then, let's not wait. That little girl deserves it. The kids kissed their grandma goodbye and got into the car. At home, they set the table. John's wife had died in a tragic car accident, and every year he visited her grave. Beep, beep, beep. John opened the microwave and took out a bowl of pre-made noodles. Dad, when are we going to eat somewhere fancy? Adelie whined. I know, sweetie. Daddy's just a little tight on money. But I'm supposed to be getting a raise next week. After that, we'll go anywhere you want. Also, I got something for you, Adelie. He reached into his bag and handed her a miniature doll with a purple dress and pigtails, each topped with a pink bow. Wow, she's beautiful. Thanks, Daddy. Hey, how come I don't get anything? Zach complained. Remember that action figure I got you last week? John replied sternly. After dinner, they washed their plates and got ready for bed. John tucked them both in. Good night, Zach. Good night, Adelie. He kissed them both on the forehead before leaving. The next morning, John woke to the blaring sound of his alarm clock and got ready for work. He dropped the kids off to school. You two have a good day. And remember, Daddy loves you. Love you too, they replied in unison. At work, John was called into the boss's office. Hey, John, why don't you take a seat? Of course. Is something the matter, Dave? Look, I'm sorry to break this to you, but we have to let you and the rest of the manufacturing squad go. John's heart sank. How could you? This job is everything to me and my kids. I was promised a raise next week, too. You can't do this. I know you're frustrated, John, but we've been approached by a robotics company, and they got robots that can do your job. All you're doing is building toys for kids. Come on, John. Your job's so simple. Even a kid could do it. Dave laughed heartily. The irony. Dave snickered. John gritted his teeth. Anyway, you've been a valuable employee, but your time with us has come. Thank you.
Some of these are just excerpts, and the entire piece will be found in the publication, so on our website, or if you have a hard copy. This next student, the first place winner for high school writing competition, I'm going to let you know, the day after last year's Annual Voices, I received an email from the student saying, hey, I was a school site finalist, can I still apply for next year? So she's been gunning for this for the entire year. So I'd like to introduce Ms. Palayo from Animal Pat Brown.
So, I was thinking, sometimes some of the quietest voices carry the most powerful words. I've noticed how Jacqueline observes the world with such thoughtfulness, how she listens and pours it all into her writing, and this is a rare and beautiful gift. Today I'm here to celebrate Jacqueline. She wrote a powerful poem that won an award, and once you all hear it, you will understand why. Her poem isn't just about the future or machines, it's about what really matters in life. family, love, and human connection. She showed us that even when technology makes things easier, it can't replace the warmth of mother's hugs and siblings' laughters. Jacqueline, your words made us stop and think. You reminded us that being human isn't about being perfect, it's about feeling, caring, and being there for each other. Congratulations, Jackie, and we can't wait to hear your poem.
Hello, my name is Jacqueline and my writing is called The Price of Progress. I did not fear them, not at first, metal hands that toiled and nursed. They learned our words, they shaped our dreams, they turned our whispers into streams. They promised efficiency, they promised speed, fulfilling every task and every need. The world was changing, it was clear, a bright new future drawing near. It started with small things, simple and kind. The fish that could tell what I left behind. The vacuum that cleaned, sweeping the floor. A life that felt effortless, nothing to ignore. But slowly, quietly, the change crept in. A cold wind brushing my skin. First it was my mom, her voice once so kind. Now replaced by a machine, leaving warmth behind. Her touch, her laughter, her touch vanished from you. Replaced by machine, steady but true. No more humming as she cooked night's meal. No more comfort, no warmth, no feel. Then Dad, once firm with wisdom and grace, replaced by machines devoid of embrace. No more stories, no more guiding words, just a hollow voice, precise but unheard. They didn't play, they didn't laugh or fight, just screens and words that filled the night. I thought, let machines handle the weight, they could do it all, why hesitate? Machines may help, they may replace, but they can never take the human grace. They may clean the floors and prepare the meals, but they cannot share the way it feels.
There's actually like 20 more stanzas, right, Jackie? So you can read the rest of our poem online. Next up, we have our closing act for tonight. And this is just a plug to visit Green Dot Public Schools on Instagram. We have 3 student interviews, this student included, but I'll let you listen to that for yourself. So Ms. Burnett from South LA, can you please introduce our first place spoken word winner?
Thanks, student I'm introducing. I'm Ms. Burnett. I am not the guiding teacher for this assignment. It was Mr. Clifford Campbell who couldn't be here, so he asked me to do this in his place. He also gave me total creative license and said I could say whatever I wanted, so I'm going to use that right now. Marissa, yeah, me too. I feel that way about her too. I wanted to talk about the prompt in regards to you, because the prompt this year was about technology and whether or not it would enhance our humanity. And Marissa, the reason I think you're here tonight to present your spoken word poem, which is incredible, is because you enhance our humanity. You enhance my humanity. You have since I met you when you were in my 9th grade advisory, and you convinced me, as vain as I am, to wear a bald cap and be Gru to the 23 minions that were in our advisory. Since that Spirit Week, you have never shown up for a day of Spirit Week, not in full head-to-toe costume, makeup, body makeup, hair, everything. You enliven the humanity of our campus with your spirit. You bring the energy to our school. You did that back then, and you continue to do it. Marissa, you enhance humanity when you remind me to be a person. You remind me to do the thing that we should all be doing every day, which is putting our phones away. Putting our phones away and looking at each other and having a conversation. Just this last month, Marissa wrote a song for one of her classmates. She wrote this song on an instrument that she taught herself to play, which is a ukulele. And she recorded it for the broadcast, which Peter is the weatherman of. Let's hear it for Peter. But Marissa, in combining your lyrics and your incredible voice and putting it on film, you show our campus that you are absolutely allowed to be exactly who you are. You are an incredible person in that, as a young person, I think you already know exactly who you are, and you show it to us every day. The one last thing I just want to say about Marissa, since she was a 9th grader, she's had this like incredible side to her where she just loves language. And to give you an idea of how that's sort of expressed itself on campus, she used to handwrite vocabulary words and tape them to her chest, and then walk around from teacher to teacher and ask them if they knew the word and if they could use it in a sentence. And I usually could not use the word in a sentence. So Marissa, more than any piece of technology ever could, you have made me a better teacher, you have made me a better person, you have made our school a better school, you make this auditorium a better auditorium. I'm so lucky to know you. I'm so glad Cliff couldn't be here because I got to say this to you. I love you, Marissa. I'm so proud of you. And Cal State Dominguez Hills is very lucky to have you in their drama department. Shout out to Marissa.
Sorry if my voice cracks, but that almost made me cry. My name is Marissa Rios. I'm a senior, and I made this piece dedicated to my mom, who is here in the audience watching and supporting me. The name of my piece is Technology's Gift is a Curse, a message to my mother. Mother, you've seen the world before the screens, before we wanted to pull our hair out and scream. I write this to you, not just to reflect, but to ask you, where do we go next? Technology, technology. Such a strange thing to see. It can complete a task much faster than me. Does that make it worth more than me? I think of your hands, the work they have done, building a life before machines had begun. Now wires and circuits claim they know best, but do they understand the heart that beats in your chest? Technology, technology. A problem we can all see, or maybe can't see, for it works in mystery, behind the scenes, shaping our world, our lives, our dreams. Mother, you've told me how things used to be, when people connected without screens in between. Was it simpler then, or was it just the same? Just a different version of this complex game? Does it make us less? Does it make us more? Are we just the hands that turn the door to a world where we no longer write our fate, where a spark of code decides our fate? I look into the eyes of a screen that never blinks. It calculates, it predicts, it pretends to think. But mother, who am I if I never get to choose? If my life is guided by algorithms I can't refuse? Machines create art, sing songs, write words, but can they feel the way your voice is heard? Can they understand the ache in my heart, the human emotions that tear me apart? Is this progress, or have we lost control? Can technology ever breathe life into a soul? Technology, technology, a gift and a curse. It drives us forward for better or worse. But in this world of machines, I still look to you, waiting for a light that no longer flickers to pull me out of the gloom. Thank you.
You know, Marissa's just an amazing person, that's all I can say. But we want to thank you all for coming here tonight to support all the winners who came up here, were brave enough to share their own piece with you, share a little piece of themselves with you, and we really want to thank you for that. So yeah, this is the end of it. And so, you know, if you look behind you, there's this green sign that says exit. Yeah. So, we thank you all for coming here, and we thank you all for leaving in a safe and orderly manner. Thank you so much.
I was surprised,